This sick man ended his own children with his own hands in one of the worst ways and worst methods. Over what? What? Over this? Please understand that I haven't seen all the details of this. I'm just like y'all. All I have is a small preview of what allegedly went down. But so far, here's what I'm getting. Very recently, he got away with this in terms of he has been deemed by court that he is not fit to stand trial. I'm not sure if they're going to set him free or if they're going to put him in a mental institution. We're going to find out because I'm about to break the entire story down. But get this, he allegedly ended his own children using a spear gun. Y'all know those guns like in the cartoons and in real life too, where you swim and you shoot the gun, a spear comes out and you use it to fish. He used that on his own seed, bro, his own babies, because allegedly he thought the Illuminati was coming after him and his kids had serpent DNA. But I'm not even joking, y'all.
Last August, he suddenly left home and took his children to Mexico, where he allegedly killed them after becoming convinced they carried serpent DNA and would grow into monsters.
It feels weird for me to even say that because it's just something that doesn't make sense, and it's also so ridiculous to say, let alone it be the actual root cause, allegedly, of this entire situation. What am I getting myself into? Let me put my headphones on, sit back, let's break the story down. Allegedly ending your own children over the Illuminati? What is that even supposed to mean, bro? Your children having serpent DNA? What? Does that not make you a serpent because you're the father? They came from you, bro. We can't even put that on the you are the one that initiated life in terms of, I don't want to break the whole process down, but the mother is not if they have serpent DNA, that means you're the serpent. And in this case, you are, because you actually ended them. All right, so before we break down every detail, here's my rundown of what happened. This man was happily married. Picture perfect family. God blessed him with not only a son, but a daughter. And not only that, his son and daughter were close in age. That in of itself is a blessing. That means your children, your son and daughter are going to grow up close, are going to grow up in a similar age, go to the same school, accompany each other, be each other's ride and die as siblings. He had a wife, which he was happy with, and all the family photos and, all the Instagram highlights and all that stuff that people got going on now. Every picture you see, you think this man is living the happy. Bro, you have everything you want. You live in the States. You're privileged. You got a girl. You got kids who should be the light of your life. What else do you want in life? This man decides to throw all that away and go to Mexico. This entire crime allegedly went down in Mexico, where he used a spear gun to allegedly end his kids because, and I quote, they had serpent DNA and he believed they would grow up to be monsters. And this was from QAnon or QAnon or whatever that is, conspiracy pages that he was obsessed with on the internet. Now y'all can let me know what that is. First time hearing about it, right? So I don't know what that is, and if it's causing a grown ass man with a whole full beard, bro, a father, to do some shit like this, I'm gonna need you to really get down in the comments and explain to me what QAnon or QAnon or whatever that is, because that shit does not sound good at all. But yeah, that's what we're dealing with. That's the small version of the story. Now let me catch y'all up to date and let me tell y'all the two latest updates about this case. The first one is a letter from jail where he comes to terms with his delusions and admits that his crazy delusions in his own head were basically wrong. Kinda late for that, and I don't think that shit should. Look, I'm not a judge, I'm not no lawyer. I'm just a man speaking my personal opinion. I don't give a shit what the you got going on, bro. If you take an innocent life, be it you're mentally ill or whatever the case is, add on top of that, it's a baby, it's a child. Add on top of that, it's two. Add on top of that, it's your own kids. I don't care what type of excuse y'all can try to come up with. All I'm gonna say is, the same thing that happened to those innocent souls. Do y'all understand that children, babies, are innocent? They did nothing to you. Their only fault was being born to a demonic father, to a piece of shit like you. Those two kids did nothing at all. You killed an innocent soul. I haven't even gotten to the story yet, but this is how riled up this shit has gotten me, bro. Before I talk for too long, let me read y'all what his reflections or his coming to terms with the reality moments in a letter that he wrote from prison is. Let's see. Sitting in his cell at an undisclosed federal prison in California, Matthew Taylor Coleman wrote a 2-page letter to a friend detailing how his thinking changed in the 10 months since he allegedly killed his own 2 children in Mexico with a spear fishing gun. In a letter handwritten on a lined notebook paper, he addressed some of the alleged conspiratorial thinking, including his belief that his wife, Abby, had reptile DNA that she passed down to the couple's kids, Kaloy 2 and Roxy 10 months. Y'all, this shit is about to piss me off so much, bro. 2 years and 10 months, like your own children, bro. What the am I reading? They weren't even given a chance. Seriously. Coleman has been charged with 2 counts of foreign first-degree murder of United States nationals and has pleaded not guilty. I was deceived. I was deceiving myself. I know now that reptile DNA thing was a delusion in my own mind. I made myself believe something that wasn't there. Pause right there. We already spoiled the update, or I spoiled the update for y'all. We know, at least off of the title of the thing, which I'm about to get to here in a second, that he has been deemed not fit for trial. Let me ask y'all this serious question. From me to you. I'm being so real. Get down in the comments and speak to me. You don't gotta be no judge, lawyer, none of that to let me know your personal opinion about this specific thing, because we've seen it beforehand. If somebody does such a heinous act that takes the life of another human being, add on top of that all the other details that I already gave y'all and I'm not about to repeat, which is these are his own 2 children. Does it matter if he was high, if he was on something, if he was under mind control, if that's even a thing, if he was mentally ill, if he was delusional? Does that matter? No. In my mind, it doesn't. I can see where that can be used as a defense for such a despicable, sick individual, but at the same time, it should not negate the fact or the consequences this person faces for such an unimaginable, unbelievable act. Do y'all get what I'm trying to say? Like, if he sits here and says this shit, he should not be let free. Obviously, to me, it doesn't matter. But y'all can let me know what y'all think. He and her, meaning his wife, were packing for a family trip. Authorities allege that he abruptly put his kids into his van and drove away from their California home. Abby called the police out of concern. According to the FBI's report, she told authorities that she and her husband had not been arguing and that there was no marital strife. She told the cops that she did not believe that the children were in any danger and that she thought Matthew would eventually return home with the kids. He didn't return home. Instead, he took them to Mexico, where he ended his own kids in one of the worst ways, using a spearfishing gun. That shit hurts to read, bro. It really does. According to the FBI criminal complaint, he was allegedly motivated by various outlandish conspiracy theories. He had visions and signs revealed that his wife possessed serpent DNA and had passed it on to his own kids. And all the things were pointing to the idea that his children have corrupted DNA that will spread if something is not done about it. Grown ass man. That is a grown male that I'm talking about here. In a situation like this, what else can I even say? Whatever conspiracies or serpent DNA, even if you were this mentally delusional weirdo, right? You would just leave the family or something like that. You don't have to end their lives. This is yet another situation where my words come back to prove themselves right. When I told y'all that some of these people walking amongst us are just not human. You can't be a human being, son of Adam, with a human soul and end your own kids over some pages on the internet. What is wrong? What? Before I say anything else, let me give y'all the latest update about this demon. And that is Matthew Taylor Coleman is deemed incompetent to stand trial on the accusations that he ended his own kids. Matthew Taylor Coleman, a California surf instructor who's accused of ending his own kids, has officially been deemed incompetent to stand a trial by the U.S. District Judge Kathy Ann on October 11th. He, 42, is to be committed for treatment. His competency hearing is scheduled for March 8th, 2024. The judge's decision suspends the criminal proceedings against him, who is facing trial on 2 counts of basically foreign murder of his own kids in Mexico, and him pleading not guilty. And this is where this is at. So what I'm understanding so far is that he has been deemed, at least for now, not fit for trial. But y'all can let me know. That can't be a permanent thing, right? Because if somebody is truly mentally ill or mentally insane, then maybe they put them in a mental institution for the rest of their life. But if they go to this mental institution and then they deem them fit to stand trial, they're going to bring his ass back to court. So what I'm understanding is that he has 2 choices, right? One of them, cut the act, face the consequences for his alleged evil act, or act literally mentally insane to the point where he is deemed incompetent to stand trial, and he has to keep that act up for the rest of his life, because if he ever drops the act, they're going to drag him to court and actually prosecute him. Let me know if I'm understanding that correctly, and let me know what y'all think about this. This is kind of the crazy aspect of the videos that I give y'all, man, is that no matter how insane the last video I gave y'all was, or the last story, somehow, some way on God's green earth, this shit gets worse and worse and worse. Like, what is worse than this? This shit might top a lot of my videos that I really thought were the top pinnacle tippity top of evil. And nothing is worse than allegedly ending your own kids. What is this? Last thing I'm gonna say is, if y'all haven't already, go check out the Patreon. It's the best way to support the channel, and I'm gonna be dropping a brand new exclusive video on there very soon. I literally just dropped the craziest and longest one a week ago, so check that out. And if you don't know what it is, it's a platform that y'all can support me on financially, and what y'all get in return is content that is 10 times crazier, and yes, I mean that, than anything I've ever brought y'all on the channel. So y'all see all the videos we watch, the shit that's on the Patreon is 10 times crazier. So y'all get exclusive content. Check it out. I'm out.